this morning. We got a great, illustrious call scheduled for this morning. We want to thank everybody on the call today. Shout out to Regional Director, Ms. Natasha Ismail. Good morning, dear. Good rap talking to you this morning. Bill Howard, thank you for joining. From the crew in South Carolina, Miss Jones, thank you for jumping in. Miss Caroline Baker, it's good seeing you as always. Miss Celia in Woodland, California, God bless you. Christina, good morning. Mr. Dale Ramsey, good morning. Mr. Payon out in Japan. Sir, thank you so much. And I will be doing the International Japan Conference for ACN on next Friday, next 19. I will be doing for over 1,000, 1,500 people in the country of Japan. Thank you so much. Mr. Lance Kelly, good morning, sir. Mr. Harrison Mill, good morning. Ms. Konohara in Japan, good morning, dear. Thank you so much. Marie, it's good seeing you this morning. Mr. Marvin Carter, Regional Director out in the Fresno area. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for joining. Good seeing you out of that Pepsi truck. Miss Patricia, Miss Pat Robinson, good morning and congratulations on your brand new IVO. We got signed up last night and got some points in last night. Congratulations. Mr. Sam Foster, another great job last night. My goodness, we had such a powerful meeting last night. We went for 3 hours last night, 3 hours non-stop, making calls and getting people excited. We got 0 rotten apples, 3 or 4 green apples, and a bunch of red apples last night. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Mr. Winston Herbert, good seeing you today. And also, man, you got blessed last night. I saw that. Mr. Brian Baker, Regional Director in Vegas. Good morning, sir. Miss Belinda Batiste, you had a good time last night, too. Mr. Bill Bailey, wonderful job, sir. Good input last night. Miss Chris McDowell, it was good watching you chew on that gum last night. Yes, sir. Ms. Zoe Duffy, part of the Bakery Organization. We had a good time. Ms. Ed Smith, good morning, sir. Miss Ursula Allen, good morning, dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Casey Carter, good morning, sir, down in San Diego. Miss T. Hayes, thank you, dear. Mr. Julian Lewis, Regional Director out of San Diego, good morning, sir. What a wonderful one. Thank you, sir, for all you do for all of us. Miss Marcia Carter, good stuff last night, dear. I loved it. Mr. Ismail, did you get blessed last night or what? He was on fire. Loved it. Hey, Tom, good seeing you this morning. Hey, Ray Caldwell, good morning, sir. Good seeing you this morning, Miss Pat and Frank Bowen out in Elk Grove, California. Thank you so much. Mr. Freddie Sherman, thank you so much. And Mr. Ed Navarro, thank you so much. All those that got blessed last night, just put your hand up. We went 3 hours last night. I did that in years. It felt so amazing. Although on the call last night, just put your hand up real quick. I just want to see, keep them up, keep them up, keep them up. I want to see, we had over, 45, 50 people on last night. We got so much, man, 3 hours nonstop of calling. What a blessing. If you guys are not RDs in the first quarter, something is wrong. I'd say the first January, no later than into February, right, Tom? And I tell you what, it was amazing last night. And also, if you're not a regional vice president after last night in the first quarter, all right. It was so well taken, so well loved last night, that we're going to do it one more, and that's it for the month. I'm going to let you one more. That's going to be next Wednesday. If you never got on, don't miss it. If you consider yourself a leader, let me just shut up. One more. That's all I'm going to say. One more. That's all I'm going to do. Anyway, thank you all for being on the call last night. We had a blessed time. Thank you all for all this whole week. This whole month is going to be a dynamic month. For those who are on last night, your organization should explode. Hey, listen, we got a great call lineup. As you know, I sent the flyer out to everybody on WhatsApp, Instagram, Ugram, Facebook, Face No Look. Said a fake it till you make it. Who said that yesterday? Mr. Cooper says, face it till you make it. So with that said, we got a great call lined up today. Man, these calls have been dynamite. I don't know, man, dynamite. Man, I feel so young and youthful after last night. 3 hours. I even did 3 hours in years. A decade, Miss Belinda. I'm dedicated. 3 hours nonstop. Man, I'm still fired up. Took a gun and whip in the chair to slow me down after last night. I had to walk around the block about 4 times, and all the Christmas light went out as I walked by him. I was so fired up after last night. Hey, God bless you all that were on there. Hey, this young man is no stranger to us. He's one of my, I've said it before, he's one of my favorite trainers. He just has a sit down home conversation with you on things that he learned. And I love the idea. He's got journal after journal after journal after journal after journal. What Mr. Cooper said yesterday, he had 32 journals in a duffel bag. Now that's a leader. if you don't have journal after journal after journal, and you call yourself an RD and RVP, what I don't know. What can I say? I mean, you journalize everything. I'm thinking, man, he's got 32. I had to go out and count mine. Guess how many I have? I have a little bit more than that. Wink, 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 wink. Anyway, so I love how he talked about journaling things. So anyway, without further ado, this young man hails from Southern California. He's what I call the co-founder's go-to guy when it comes to training, and just the kind of guy you can let go, your daughter, your mom, your sister, your cousin, some female, go across the country in his car and know they're going to be safe. They're all right. And that's the kind of guy he is. You can trust him. And without further ado, my dear friend from Southern California, none other than Regional Vice President Platinum, the one and only, the great Mr. Dean Tarrolly.
Hey, Al, good morning, everybody. Appreciate it. Good to be with you guys and hope everybody is well. Man, it sounds like you had a 3-hour session yesterday, huh?
Yes, sir. It was amazing. I'm still fired up.
So yeah, I got to hear about this for one quick second. So and it'll lead into what I'm talking about. So what was the goal from last night and what did you guys end up doing?
What's the goal last night was anybody, I don't care who's organizing, anybody's on, we're going to get on the phone. I want you, first of all, I'm going to show them how to make phone calls. So they're going to, first of all, send everybody out a video. Number one, make sure they've seen the video because I don't talk to anybody without the video. Number two, look, Mr. Thomas is going to call you between 6 o'clock p.m. and 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Coast time, depending on whatever time zone they adjust it. And then we had everybody have, look, your screen was off, we kicked you off. Because I want everybody's reaction. I want everybody to see everybody. And I want everybody to see your reaction as I did these calls. I want you to come watch me fail. So as I made phone call after phone call after phone call, getting people in the business, closing people's people out for them, they could see either I had a red apple. I don't have it over my desk now. I had a red apple, I had a green apple, I had a rotten apple, and I showed people whatever they were as I was talking to them. And everybody was watching me talk to people and getting them committed with the credit card to sign up. And it was we had 0 rotten apples last night.
That's awesome.
All were green apples, and we got 3 or 4 red apples.
So were
we went for 3 hours nonstop. It was
So here's my question. Did people, and this is important, I think, did you have them watch the video and then you did a presentation, or it was just the video and a conversation?
No, it was all conversation.
Got it.
You would have to send a video out as an IBO to a prospect. And the prospect had to, number one, look at the video prior to me, a couple of days ago, last week or whatever. They had to look at the video, number one. Number two, you had to call them and say, look, Mr. Al Thomas is going to call you personally and between 6 and 7 o'clock Pacific Coast time to talk to you about the business. Is that okay? Great. So they already knew I was going to be calling. They already saw the video. So when I called, my job was to close them for you. I would take you from looking at a video, already seen the video, to closing you on the spot to sign up right now as a business partner.
Got it.
And that's what was the goal. Last week, we signed up 5 on the spot with everybody watching, 5 on the spot so they could see how it's done. 3 were my team, so I got 3 alerts. The other 2 were not on my team. They still came in. One, the lady, Pat Robinson, had a lady, said, I will sign up Monday. She did. She signed up yesterday. She texted me. She's in. So I had all this live, so you can watch it all live as I'm making these phone calls, one after another, closing your people for you, getting them signed in.
Yeah, that was my question. So you did the calls and you had it on Zoom, so everybody,
it was amazing.
So everybody could see and hear what you were saying. Okay, cool. So
exactly. So you would say, Mr. Al Thomas, I got a guy, Mr. Edmund Smith, wants to sign. He's already seen the video, sir. I told him you're going to call him, sir. He knows who you are. So in other words, you had to talk about who's going to call. And when I got on the phone, I'd call you up. I said, Mr. Ed Smith, this is Al Thomas, sir. How you doing? Hey, what'd you like most about the video? Mr. Dean Tarrolly said a lot of great things about you. All I want to know is this, sir. We want you on the team. When can you get started? You know, and they were like, wow, well, I guess I said, look, here's the goal. The first goal in the first week for $224 is to make it $600 your first week. Does that sound good to you? Oh my God, yeah. Would that be Visa? Would that be MasterCard? People were just blown away. And then it was one call after another. I said, okay, Mr. Dean Tarrolly is going to call you right back, put you in the system. I got to call somebody else. Click. You get on the phone, sign them up. Hey, I got them. And I'll go to the next person. Miss Ursula Allen had somebody. Hey, how you doing? Miss T. Harris. Hey, good. Hey, Al Thomas said the details. Hey, listen, you're an amazing person. I understand you're in the military. Hey, thank you for your service. We just want to say a couple things because we're building a solid team for 2021. We want you on the team right now. You ready to get started? You know, it was just that. And they were like so blown away. I just went straight for the close. ABC, always be closing. Would that be Visa? Would that be MasterCard? Oh, well, let me see. Hold on. Let me go get my credit card. And people, they didn't know they were live, but people on there watching me do this, and they were cracking up how people get up and go get the credit card, come back. They were just blown away because it was bottom line. This is how you close people. So a lot of us are scared to ask for the credit card. We're scared to ask for the close. We did all this. Now we want a two shoot, good shoot. No, here again, let's get you on the call. Hey, Mr. Kelly, let's get you started, sir. I've heard a lot about you. Mr. Tom said some great things about you, and we want to thank you. I understand you live in Colorado. Hey, you know, from Panama. Oh, hey, I lived in Panama. So I just bonded with him for about a minute, and then I went right for the close. Look, the reason why I'm calling, I'm sure you saw the video. The reason why I'm calling, we want you on the team from Miss Ismail. We want to help you build an organization. And the time is right now, sir. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, everybody is looking for extra money. Wouldn't you agree? Does everybody want to save money? Absolutely. We want you on the team. Will that be Visa, MasterCard? And people were just blown away. We got one person last week that was a no guy. He only had one rotten apple last week. Guy had two businesses. He does detailing. His hands are going out, but his pride and ego, what I'm doing. Everybody, and after we hung up the phone call, we talk about every one of them. What'd you guys get? What'd you learn? What'd you learn? What'd you learn? What'd you learn? What'd you? And people are like, wow, God, I see what you're talking about, pride and ego. But they saw that the speed of action I was doing, the speed of action. And it wasn't no horsing around. It was right to the, let's get it going. Let's get going. And people were blown away because I think it made more people, Mr. Dean Tarrolly, more bolder in their conversation and not just pass it. Well, okay, I'll get back to you. No, they saw how I did it. See, a lot of times as you and I as trainers, as you know, sir, as we train people, they hear us, but like, yeah, Mr. Dean, he's a platinum. He's been around the company. He'll get everybody. They don't think that you fail sometimes. Or they don't say that some of the things you teach on, they say, yeah, he says that to us, but I guarantee he doesn't. He doesn't have that much backbone and posture. He's not that, you know, I've told people on the phone, hey, this is not for you. Hey, I appreciate your time. This ain't for you. You're not the one we're looking for. Hey, we thank you though. But can you refer to, I mean, it was just showing people how bold we can be, how bold I am, and how you have to be bold to get people on the spot to sign up. So it was one thing to say it, and another thing to see me implement it 1 week. And then the second, we had more people last night. We had with 41 the first time. We did 50 last night. I'm gonna do it one more time. And we're not recording because we're giving people's names and numbers, but I just want people to see action, how I do it, because it is everything I teach, I have shown, and I want the people to watch me. And to this day, after 2 weeks, I only got one rotten apple, a guy who needs it the worst than anything, but his pride and ego won't let him do it. Everybody was green apples and a whole lot of red apples. And now we've signed up 5. Actually, in last week, we signed up 7 for the total week in the system.
That's awesome.
And then we did it again last night. So, I mean, I'm just
fired up.
Yes, sir. I'm still fired up.
Hey, let me tell you guys something. So here's the thing, right? And I got some stuff to show you. And I got a very basic slide, a couple things to just point out. Let me tell you what I just took away from Mr. Thomas, the most senior person on this call, by the way, in terms of position, experience. Here's what I got that all of you can take from him. We all can. Energy, enthusiasm, vision. See, that's what's up. If you have energy, enthusiasm, and vision, and I had no idea I was going to be talking about this, but hearing Mr. Thomas talk, you know, sometimes just like in a presentation, just like in a conversation, you got to bob and weave with what's given to you. Don't be so stuck on your track that you can't listen to what's going on from the person or from the environment. You got to be able to be a little, you've got to be able to modify your moves based on how the conversation's going. See, if you can't modify your moves in a conversation, that means you're not listening to the person. You got to listen to where someone is. Now, you can still have a goal. You can still be directed. You can still have a purpose with your phone call, a purpose with your presentation, right? But when you have vision and action and enthusiasm and energy, and you wrap all those things all into one, then you get a call like last night. That's my take on it. I wasn't on it. I didn't need to be on it. I heard it from him. So I know what will happen the next time. There will be people that will have an idea of what's going on from the video. You'll get them on this call with Mr. Thomas. He will paint the vision and get them to make a decision one way or another. Now, here's what's so great about that. Now we're in the sorting process. What you're doing simply with this is condensing timeframes. Timeframes are being condensed. You're getting results. And what you're doing is you're sorting through those people. And by the way, for the people that it's a timing issue or they just don't fit, I love what he said. Never burn a bridge because someone could come back around and the timing in their life could change or they could change, right? A lot of times, you guys, what people need to see is they need to see you as the example. They need to see you as the example winning. They need to see you as the example getting punched in the gut and getting back up. They need to see you being the one who had their best friend or family member flake on them, but you're getting promoted to regional director. And by the way, for the record, I happen to agree with what Mr. Thomas said. Everybody can go regional director now. This is crazy. I mean, this is crazy with this bonus. And I know we talked about it last week, but we kind of started in a little bit of a different way today. So let me just backtrack and say very quickly, you guys, you know, how honored I am that Mr. Thomas even asks me to do this call every other month or whatever it is, however it works out. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Thomas, who he is, what he does, how he represents the company and how he represents you. And I think it's important. I have a tremendous amount of respect for how he represents the company and how he represents you. See, what I think people don't understand as a leader, there's a responsibility, I believe. Now, if you're not a leader, don't worry about it. It's cool. Like, you know, we've heard Tony Kupa say many times, there's participants and leaders. But if you're a leader, you have a responsibility, in my opinion, and this is just for me, on how you represent the company and how you represent the people that you're working with. And Mr. Thomas is just, you know, at the very top of that list. So Mr. Thomas, thank you for having me on again. I appreciate it. You know, one of the themes that we've talked about is the more you know, the slower you go, right? And what I mean by that is we sometimes get so bogged down in information, we forget what Mr. Thomas did on that call last night. Simple information. Do you see an opportunity? You're ready to get started. How do we keep this thing so simple? So you guys, you know, there's people that do super fancy PowerPoints. I have some of them. I've made some of them. And then we have real simple things. I mostly just talk with you guys and give you guys notes from my journals, but I wanted to make a point vocally and visually about how simple our business is, because we overcomplicate simple stuff. And if you have a team of people and what you do looks like, appears, or feels complicated, they're not going to do it. If what you do looks like, feels, and appears to be simple, they're going to do it. Y'all agree with that? Absolutely. So now check this out. And when I say basic, I did this on purpose, and I mean basic. Watch this. I'm going to give you our business, in my opinion. Here goes. So let's see here. We do this and here and here. I don't do a lot of screen sharing with you guys, but hang on one second. Okay, so stand by. And cool. This is going to be fun. All right, here goes. Here's our business. And let me know if y'all can see that screen. See it? Cool. We're going to fill out on this screen what you need to get good at to build a part-time Plan B business. Here goes. You ready? Pat, I'm going to let you be the person that's going to give me the thumbs up for everybody. Pat, are we ready? Okay, perfect. Here we go. You got to know how to peak someone, you guys. You got to know how to peak someone to get them to see the video. You got to know how to pique someone's interest, whether they're more successful than you, they're at your level of success, they're less successful than you. I'm not going to teach you how to do that. You got to do that. You got to get that on the training, but I'm letting you know what the structure is. I've gone over peaking people with you guys for months, but we can't do it for you. This is an action list. These are things you got to get good at. How do you talk to a business owner? What would you say to them? I wouldn't say to a business owner, do you look at other ways of making money? I'd say, do you keep your business options open? I'd say, has the pandemic affected your business? Do you look at other streams of income? How about this for a business owner? Diversification, that's a great word. Do you look to diversify your income? How do you get the bartender interested? Hey man, do you look at other ways of making money outside of the bar? Yeah. What do you got? Well, now's not the time, but so there you go. See, I must love you guys. I said I wasn't going to train you on it, and I still gave you a few things. You got to get peaking down. The magic about understanding peaking and people who peak well is they're great at creating curiosity. You got to get them curious. Your job is to get them curious. Your job is not to inform them. So you got to get great at peaking. And by the way, who should you get great at peaking at? All kinds of people from every different walk of life. So there's one. You got to learn how to present. Look, man, this is for the future leaders. You got to learn how to present, right? Now, here's the thing, you guys, it's so much freaking fun. When you get this presentation down and when you understand the word for present in your notes, please write this down. Present, and I'm just using that word because it's the most common word to describe what we do, presenting the business. What I really want you to do next to the word present, put a slash and just write explain. All you're really doing is explaining the 1 through 8. So you peak and you present, which is really an explanation. How do you get good at this? Well, it's kind of like peaking, you guys. You got to do it over and over, right? And by the way, guess what you could do? You know what's so great about the environment that Mr. Thomas has created? Find someone on this call, hook up with them over Zoom later today and present. Explain the business. Just practice it. Just practice it. You guys, I mean, anybody who's good at anything, they don't only go to practice. Listen to this. Anybody who gets good at anything, they don't just go to practice. They rely on practice. They count on practice. Their swords are sharpened in practice. Their skill set is built in practice. And then you apply. So peak and present, which is really an explanation. Make sense so far? Let me ask you all a question. Is this super complicated or is this pretty simple? We got to learn how to peak, get people interested, to just curious to see what we're doing. And you got to learn how to present. Well, here comes another one. Pat, let me know if everyone's ready. You got to learn how to sign someone up. Man, Mr. Thomas talked about this. Like if you guys don't know how to go into your back office or on the website and sign somebody up, take them through that process, get them into their back office. If you don't know how to do that, I am asking you to connect with the leader that you're working with and watch one of them do it. Could you imagine if you peaked someone and you actually did a great presentation, which I'm sure you can, and they're ready to sign up and you don't know how to do it? Hey, hang on, let me call Mr. Thomas and he'll walk us right through it. No. You need to be able to do that. Sounds really simple, right? What I'm talking about right now sounds really simple, right? There's going to be a message at the end of this. So now we're peaking. We know how to peak someone. We're practicing the presentation so we can actually present, because Mr. Thomas may not be available for you right then and there, or Natasha or any of the other leaders that plug into this call. Well, if they're interested, you got to know how to sign them up. Okay, do you want to know what's next? You got to know how to launch someone. So what does that mean? it doesn't mean start someone. Because see, if it said, if I wanted if I wanted somebody to get started, guess what I would have typed? Start. But that's not. We want to launch. We want to launch someone. Why do we want to launch someone? Because their excitement and their fear are at the top when they're new. They're excited out of their mind. They're fearful of what they just made a decision to do because they don't really understand it, but they like you and they like the idea. So we want to get them launched. Our goal in the launch, write this down. I didn't put it on there for a reason. I want you to write it down. Our goal from the launch is to get them a result. Our goal from the launch is to get them a result. Now, a launch, and for the people that work directly with me, they know that I feel this way. When we present the business or share the opportunity or explain the business, we are on the guest schedule. You guys have heard me say this. You want an early arrival. You want to end early. But when we launch their business, they are on our schedule. We need to set up a proper window of time. I think 90 minutes is very fair. So think about this, you guys. 90 minutes to launch a global business that can grow into 27 countries. Is 90 minutes an appropriate time? It may not even be enough. But everybody's busy and everybody's got stuff. So set aside 90 minutes. What do we want to accomplish in the launch? A result. What are the things that pay us? Getting customers, building a team. So what do we really want to do in that launch? We want to help someone get qualified. We want to help someone schedule a private business Zoom and invite to it. Now, those are the first four. How are we doing? Four little sections: piquing interest, learning how to present, know how to sign someone up, know how to launch a new business partner. By the way, these are all things that leaders know how to do. You ready for the next one? You got to learn how to invite, right? So here's the thing. Piquing and inviting can be two different things. See, you want to make sure that in the launch, so let me be clear about how this works. In the launch, are you teaching the invitation properly? And most importantly, here goes, you guys, please get, in fact, let me stop right now for a second. You guys, you got to get what I'm about to share with you, please. I know I'm going through this list. You got to get this point if you want this to work for you the way that it's designed to work. So here goes. In the launch, you got to invite. While you're launching the new person, you got to do invitations with that person. Sending a text, making a phone call. In the launch, you've got to invite with that new person. Okay? Why do I say that? Because the new person, when they're taking a leap of faith and they're going to invite their best friend, they're going to invite their family member, they're going to invite their mom, they're going to invite the person that they respect, Al Thomas. And Mr. Thomas has some questions. You need to be there with that new person to answer that question or two for your new business partner. So here's how this flow goes. You learn how to peak. You learn how to present and explain the business. You learn how to sign someone up. You learn how to launch them. And in the launch with the new person, what is the goal? It is to invite. So what does this really mean here with this inviting? You got to be a good coach. You got to have their back. Somebody's a rotten apple. They're not interested. Dude, I had so many rotten apples. No problem. Let's go to the next one. We got this. Someone's a red apple. Dude, you did amazing. This is so great. They're interested. They want to see what's going on tonight at 6 o'clock with Mr. Thomas. That's how this works. And they're going to have confidence. So now you're getting the peak down. You're learning how to present or explain. You understand how to sign someone up. You understand what the goal is from the launch. And what's the goal? I hope you put it in your notes. It's to get a what? A result. So now you're going to help that new person invite. Here's what's next. You're going to help that new person qualify. Let's get him a check. Let's get him or let's get her first direct deposit. By the way, you know what happens when they get the first direct deposit? Belief goes through the roof. And here's what I say, word for word. Here's what I say. If I was launching Al Thomas, here's what I would literally say. I did this yesterday. So look, Al, here, in fact, I'll take the screen off for a second. Here's what I would say. I'd say, Al, here's the deal. I know you're already successful, and I know $75 is not going to change your life one bit. But in here, it changes everything. And let me explain why. If you and I follow the game plan and I can help you make a $75 bonus, you and I both know if you make 75, you can make 750. And if you can make 750, you can make 7,500. That's how important this first goal is, because now you have proof that the system works. And now we're just going to scale the system and build this thing big. I hope that part makes sense to you guys. I love talking about 75 bucks because talking about 75 bucks has nothing to do with 75 bucks. It has for them getting the vision of 7,500. Hope that makes sense to you guys. Move on here. So, peaking, presenting or explaining, knowing how to sign someone up, knowing how to properly launch someone where we want to help them invite and help them qualify. What does that mean? You're getting them a what? A result. You're getting them a result. There you go. Repeat. There's the note. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat. Over and over and over and over and over again. And how do you do that? Don't do this stuff alone. How do you do that? Have someone with you. How do you do that? Buddy system. Let them watch you go through. You know, I have a gentleman on this call. His name is Ray Caldwell, and Ray is a phenomenal guy. Ray is doing a great job. And he had some bumps in the road like we all do. But he's very committed to this process that I just laid out for you guys. And he's now starting to answer questions and do things without me. So what do I mean by that? Like, we're with a brand new business partner and we're talking to him yesterday. At one point, I was able to stop. He was able to take over and do what I would have been doing. That is the process of duplication. If you don't figure out duplication, now look, Mr. Thomas, do I have the permission to be very direct? If you guys do not understand, embrace, and participate in the process of duplication, it will always and only be up to you. It will always and only be up to you. And you can still make a good living in ACN, but you're missing the bigger design of this. And that's how to duplicate yourself. And it's how to duplicate leaders. Find, teach, train, identify leaders and teach them the system. You know, what's the old phrase? It said, it's not taught, it's caught. Right? You're going to catch these things by repeating it over and over, being a part of the leader, doing it over and over. And then at one point, you're going to see you guys, it's like a kid riding a bike. At one point, you're going to see someone on your team that can do these basic things. You're like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. They said this was going to happen. He just presented for someone without me and they signed up. Ah, this is what you're going to be like this, like the emoji. Ah, and it's like, wow, this is how it is supposed to happen. But you have to ask yourself a question. Are you doing things that you would want duplicated on your team? Now that's what's up. And if not, you got to alter what you're doing. And here's what's great. You know when you can do that? 5 minutes from now. So here's what's next. And we're almost done. You will be inconvenienced to build something significant. Accept it or don't care. Don't care. you will be inconvenienced to build something significant. By the way, I think that is universal. I do not think that that applies to just ACN. I think that applies to anything great. I think that applies to being a parent. I think that applies to being an employee. I think that applies to being a business owner. I think that applies to being an athlete. I think that applies. You will be inconvenienced to build something significant. Accept it or don't care. That's a fact. But someone like Mr. Thomas, who doesn't really need to do the call that he described at the beginning of this call, because of the person that he is, he's compelled to do things like that. This is an important point. Someone doesn't necessarily need to do it that has achieved the kind of success that he has, but he's compelled to do it because he wants to do something significant. And now significance for him is helping all of you. That's why I put on there, accept it or don't care. It is what it is. You'll be it. By the way, you know what's so great? I'll give you a little hint, a little clue. When you recognize that you're being inconvenienced and you can tell that you're being inconvenienced, you're sacrificing some stuff to build this, you're on your way. You're on your way. And man, does that get exciting? Last one. One reason people resist change is because they focus on what they have to give up instead of what they have to gain. One reason people resist change is because they focus on what they have to give up instead of what they have to gain. That's going to happen a lot in this season, you guys. Coming into the Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever everybody celebrates. Got to give up this, got to miss that. Nah, I'm not missing that, man. I'm not giving that up. Okay. Your focus is on what you're giving up. Your focus is not on what you have to gain. Man, 5 hours for this level up thing. Dude, you don't understand. No, I really do. I do understand. It's not 5 hours every Saturday for the rest of your life. It's 5 hours one Saturday. Listen to how I say this, you guys. It's 5 hours on a Saturday to set up all of 2021. It's 5 hours on a Saturday to set you up for the entire year. Would that be a good use of your time? I think so. So that, I'll leave it up there for one more second. Okay. That, Al Thomas crew, is what I wanted to share with you. And the reason why is because if we can get back to doing basic things, that's why I loved what he was saying about what you guys are doing with this call. That's simple, man. That's simple stuff. Have them watch a video, put them on the phone. Great. But eventually, for those of you who want to be the future leaders here, you're going to be in a position that Mr. Thomas is in. And I know that he knows how to peak and how to present and how to launch someone and how to sign someone up and how to help them invite and help them get customers. And I know he knows how to repeat that because that is in fact our business. And I can prove it to you. What if all of you could do the phone calls that Mr. Thomas did yesterday? Look at his face. he as one of my business partners, Jamie, says, Mr. Thomas would have what we call a hallelujah breakdown. It's proof that we're in the business of duplication. And remember this, everything duplicates, good or bad, right or wrong, and most importantly in ACN, effective or ineffective. So my goal and my hope is that you guys get good at those handful of things, learn how to repeat it with the people on your team, have a vision that's bigger than their obstacle, and you're going to do something big leading into the new year. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that maybe someone got something, just a reminder of how simple we can make this. And yeah, we got, what do we got? We got 3 weeks left in 3 weeks left in this year. So crazy. Just, in fact, 3 weeks to the day left in 2020. So you guys set yourselves up for 2021. Don't let these 3 weeks go by. Promote like crazy into the Level Up event and do something and be someone of significance for someone who's looking for you. And you can do that. You have the vehicle, you have the leadership, you have the opportunity, you have the company, you have the co-founders, you have the services, you have the comp plan, you got the whole thing. So, Mr. Thomas, I will turn it back over to you. And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the opportunity to hang out with all the leaders and hopefully give them a little something to wrap up this year with and to build into the Level Up event, because it's going to be awesome.
Thank you, sir. My God, you just leveled up right there with everybody. Can we, everybody, show Mr. Dean Tarrolly some love? Come on, let's give him some love. Now, he just talked about, number one, you must listen. So listen to me. Show some love. Listen, like he said. Show some love. Show some love. Put in the chat. Come on, get those fingers working. Get that blood circulating. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Show him some love. I'm going to go back to the action list. Number one. So remember now, action list, we're going to do it tonight, right now, today. We're all going to do what? Peak. That's right. Peak for tonight to get back here at 6 o'clock. And number two step was presenting. So you peak today. For those that don't have, get back on here tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Coast time. It's going to explain 1 through 8 is going to be done tonight. And then numbers 3 step is sign them up after the call tonight. And then 4 step is to launch them. Get some results, a 90-minute launch or more or less, depending upon getting customers, send them a private Zoom, then invite, and qualify. Lord have mercy. My blessing for me today was say, I know the 75 is not significant, but then it go to 750 and then the 7,500. That was for me, Mr. Tarrolly. I got that. I'm gonna use that, sir. I got some nuggets myself. And like I said, man, that was powerful. So here again, tonight at 6 o'clock p.m., right back here, do number 2 step. You got to do number 1 step right now for number 2 to happen tonight. And then number 3 a step later today. So with that, one more time, let's show Mr. Dean Tarrolly some love. Sir, thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, what a blessing. Tomorrow morning, we got none other than who? Mr. Nelson. At 6 o'clock tomorrow night is our happy hour. I invite everybody, come on back for happy hour, and all the RDs and higher, be ready for our panel. And man, we got so much out of it. And then don't forget, level up on Saturday. And then Saturday night, we're gonna have a shortened leadership after level up. And then Sunday, we have a product training with Mr. and Mrs. King. So with that, God bless you, Mr. Dean Tarrolly. We thank you. Like I said, a nugget for me was, I like the 75. I'm going to use that next Wednesday, probably. That was a good one. I like that one. Hey, folks, once again, have a wonderful day. Remember, be safe out there. Remember, bless somebody. Share the opportunity, at least 2 or 3 people today. Get out there, peak, present, sign up, launch, invite, and qualify. And then what? Repeat and rinse and do it again. With that, Mr. Dean Tarrolly, thank you so much. God bless you, sir. It must be cold in Southern California because you're inside the house. I love it. Everybody, take care. God bless. Have a wonderful day.
See you, everybody.
All right. God bless.